welcome back to another episode of Wren's Wasteland Camp Reviews / Dumpster Fires of the Commonwealth. I'm going to review 3 camps if I can find 3 camps on this server. And let's start with this one right over here. It's not on the map, but it's here. So this is a camp.
76ers? You guys are something
And it's
else.
actually not a horrible camp in and of itself. By that I mean the guy threw down his camp module, he threw down a few odds
Look
and
on
ends
the
outside,
bright side. Not
threw
the
down
good
his
side.
vault, which hopefully has a real
you know,
camp
the
in it, which I'm
regular
not going to
bright
check.
side.
Threw up a core charger because he obviously needs one. Has a wind turbine up and a vending machine. Let's see whose this little booger is. This is Mithra 62's camp. They haven't turned on the marker for this camp, so no one would ever find it unless they actually stumble upon it. On a scale of 1 to 10, this is a 1. This is what would be classified as a dumpster fire in normal situation. I'm going to give them a 2 though,
I'll bet
because
I could write a
they at
whole
least threw
story
down a
about
vault,
you without
and
you
because I
saying a
don't
word.
judge vaults, that's why they get the 2. Anyway, they obviously don't have all of the generators yet, or else they'd have thrown down a more powerful one versus using all these to get that thing spinning, because the important part here is probably the recharger for his fusion cores. Alright, and this could be someone's version of a tent, meaning they have the camp slots, so they're using it like a tent. Okay, I'm gonna go down here to Monica 11's camp and check it out. This is right near my own camp, which I showed in a previous video, the one right before this, or possibly right after this, depending on how the numbering goes for these things. But I'm going to try and keep this one after that one so that you'll be able to see it. This is a starter camp. I mean, it's a complete starter camp. You've got the crane sign, you've got the square building made out of wood, you got the foundations that are the ones that you get from the vault unlock quest. It has no redeeming features. It is a square box. It doesn't even have a roof on it. It has a few workbenches in it, which is probably the only 2 that they've got so far, and this thing here, which is probably also the only other thing they've got so far. It doesn't even have storage boxes. It has a few freebies, like that sign there on it, and this thing here, which you pick up during the quest line. So this one is a bright shining 1 as well. So that's 2 dumpster fires in one day. But these aren't dumpster fires in the traditional sense. I'm going to assume this one is a low-level player's camp. I take that back. They do have 1 storage box out here, and it is the dumpster, which oddly enough is not on fire, but should be. So we will go ahead and give this one a bright shining 2 as well, because like I said, new player camp and a Monica 11's camp. So I'm going to assume Monica is somewhere around here. Somewhere. And I don't understand. Well, I don't understand a lot of things, but I'm babbling again. Okay, we're going to go to one of these 2. But to get there, I'm going to turn on mine over here. Apparently somebody's already... Nope, it activated. It's blocked. Let's turn this one back on. Activate it. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to turn this one, I'm going to go to this one, Radix of Stuff's camp. Let's see if they've got stuff on display. Usually people that use the name stuff or vendor in their thing, are trying to get your attention, so they tend to actually build camps that are meant to show the wares that they have or the things that they want to unload. But we shall see. On some occasion, those camps are also trap camps, which this one may well be because of where it is. Okay, so we've got 2 water purifiers, a bit of grain, a vault entrance, which at least looks like it's sort of fits in. Their generator, a few potatoes. A house that is a fairly big box. It's got a few turrets around it to protect it from the neighbors and people like me that come along to look at places. It is an interesting location in the fact that it is in the middle of a golf course. Looks like they put that up there to put in their wiring and never bothered to take it down. Which I understand. Happens quite a lot. By the way, these things really impact your budget. There's almost no reason to put them in. I mean, granted, you can wind up with a lot of fights at this location, and I mean, scorch beasts do show up here quite a lot as well, because there's on the map, let me show you. There's the fisher site right here, so they tend to migrate this way for some reason when they fly. I don't know why. I don't understand the pathing in this. Okay, so I got a door open. Let's take a quick peek in here. This is Mr. Stuff's camp. He has quite a few things that aren't overpriced, that aren't underpriced. Some of them are priced down quite a bit. Like these things right here are priced pretty much at whatever they come out of. So, by the way, whenever you go to someone's camp, if they have a mat out front, just, wipe your feet before you go through the door. They put all this wallpaper up to make it white in here with black floors that are, not going the same direction.
Lean back and
People
take
with
a
OCD
deep
may
breath.
find issues with.
It'll all be okay.
We got the stairwell back here in the corner, and they haven't been playing long enough to have the really good stairs, so they've got these stairs. They made it through a couple different scoreboards. They put up some rooms, pool table, conference room. I'm gonna guess one of these is supposed to be the bedroom. I'm not sure what they were doing, but they obviously lost some time at some point or stopped working on this place to go do some other things, which I totally get. Bathroom, points for that. You build a bathroom in your house, I'll give you points. Okay, so they have lack of wallpaper, redundant containers, no decoration to speak of, music girl as their follower, which I think she's called the Wanderer. If you don't have her yet, I recommend finding her, then never putting her out, because she plays that guitar all the time. Gets you irritating after a while, but on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this one a good solid 4, because it's a nice house. It's built well. My only issue is, like most people that play this game, they've put a lot of budget into their defenses, so they don't have enough budget to really decorate it now. The reason why I'm giving it a 4 is because, well, they put a bathroom in, and most people don't even consider that. I realize the person probably ran out of budget based on the fact that they have so many turrets around. Turrets eat your budget like crazy. And with those missile turrets up top, it just, like, it's even worse. But, yeah. So, yeah, I'll give it a 4. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. But since this one is so close, I'm going to go ahead and give us a bonus one with Danny, uh, Danny Kuis. Uh, Dana Curious? Curious? P? Dana? I mean, it's a Dana, right? Yeah, it's Dana Cowius? P. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not, you know, I'm not a lyrical poet and I know it kind of thing. So I'm not going to say that I understand why that name is that way. I am going to look at this place from the outside first. Because all it looks like is they built a few walls and threw a few things together and made a camp that's very mobile. By that I mean you should be able to replace this in almost any location by the way that it's built. It doesn't have a stairwell at the front, so the thing should be able to be replaceable in practically any location that it should be able to sit in. You could almost blueprint it and use it that way if you wanted to, and just place it. It also has no roofing system on it, so if you do have something that attacks you, you have the ability to fight back. Okay, so you've got your few benches here. These are the old school walls, so either they've been playing for a long time, or they spent a lot of atoms to get them, because they did come back in the atom shop at one point. And their stuff that they've got on sale isn't that bad. I question why anybody would sell inert flux, but I guess if you've got it in your inventory and you think somebody might buy it, you might. Their prices are kind of high, like anybody that doesn't actually adjust their prices for armor pieces. But it is not a bad little box. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm only going to give it 3 because it is what it is, and it will never be anything better than it is at the moment. But this has been Ren for Ren's Wasteland Camp Reviews / Dumpster Fires of the Commonwealth. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you come back for more, and thank you much. And as always, have fun with this game because we don't know how long it's going to be around. If you haven't got a chance to look at the Starfield presentation yet, I highly recommend doing so. There's some really good looking stuff in it, although I don't know that I will buy any of the quote unquote special versions of it. I might just buy the normal one. Although the extra DLC is tempting, but if it's tempting enough to spend $30 on. And the watch itself is something I could use, but it's not something I really want to buy just because a game company decided to slap it in as an extra. So, yeah. And remember, if you don't like something, don't spend your money on it. And if you don't want something to be in your community, do the same thing. Don't spend your money on it. Let them know about it. Anyway, have fun.